Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's so good to see so many faces gathering. I am Rabbi Jenny Greenspan and joined on our Zoom Bima tonight by Cantor Melissa Cohen and our host family. We've got Sherry and Hal Levine along with Sherry's father, Marty. It's good to see so many here this evening. We'll get started in just a minute. I'm still seeing a few coming in, so I want to give a chance for everyone to join us in this wonderful Shabbat experience together. So give us just a moment. It looks like our waiting room has slowed down a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and say Shabbat Shalom, a welcome, a happy new year. It's not very often we get to have our Shabbat evening service on New Year's Day. I guess there's a certain number of years that happens, but not every year. So Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Year, Happy 2021. May it bring us much warmth and blessing in this year ahead, just as 5781 has been already shaping us and growing us since Rosh Hashanah. So say Shabbat Shalom and welcome. This evening, you can get all of our song sheets and the PDF of the Kol HaNeshama Sidur if you don't have a physical copy with you at home by just going over to bez613.org and select the Shabbat virtual resources where you can download our song sheet and the PDF. And we will start with a simple, as an opening song, a simple Shalom Aleichem, a hello to all of you and a welcome to Shabbat. If you'd like to follow along, it is in our Sidur on page 13.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon. Mi Melech Malachi Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi melech malachi hamalachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni leshalom, malachi hashalom, malachi elyon. Mi melech malachi hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Zitchem Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachi Hamalachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom, welcome. This evening, I am so pleased to kick off our new year and to get to truly have a happy new year. We have our very own executive director, Sherry Levine, and her husband, Hal, leading us as host family tonight, along with Marty Lip, Sherry's father, also joining us. Sherry, of course, our executive director. Hal works at Eli Lilly and is active in our men's club. We weren't able to be joined this evening by Scott and Robbie and Sandy, but we think of all of them as well. Scott recently graduated from IU and Robbie attending IU now. We've got some IU love, as well as Sandy at the University of Minnesota. We know that they are also well connected, all of them bar and bat mitzvah and confirmed at Beth-El. So such a strong and involved family and a wonderful, vibrant way to start off our 2021 as Beth-El Zedek. So I will invite Sherry and Hal to lead us in lighting the candles and in Kiddush, and I will invite Marty to lead us in Hamotzi.
I first want to wish everybody a happy and a healthy and a safe new year. It's great to see all of you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher Kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, source of light, our God, sovereign of all worlds, who has made us holy with your mitzvot and commanded us to kindle the Shabbat light.
Say amen. And I had my order mixed up, so we're going to invite Marty Lip, a regular I miss seeing every Shabbat morning in person, but we do still get to see you here and with Men's Club. So Marty is going to lead us in the Kiddush. If you are following in the Siddur, it's on page 119.
Yom HaShishi v'alachulu ha'shamayim v'ha'aretz v'chol tzva'am v'yachal Elohim Yom HaShvi melachto asher asa v'yispos b'Yom HaShvi mikol melachto asher asa v'yavorech Elohim es Yom HaShvi v'kadesh oso kibo shavas mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasos Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvosav v'tzavanu v'shabbat kacho b'hava v'ratzon kinkilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishis yu yom tehila l'mikroei kodesh zecher l'siyas mitzrayim kivanu v'charta v'yasanu kidashta mikol olamim Shabbat Kachecha B'Haval Bradson Kinkal Tanu Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh Shabbat. Amen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lehem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen and Shabbat Shalom. And thank you so much to the Lip Levine family for getting us going and for inviting us into everyone's homes this evening. We now turn to a family blessing. It is on our song sheet. If your family whom you would like to bless is nearby and in the physical room with you, hold them close. And if they are somewhere in this screen, I encourage you to go to gallery view if you're not there already, and go ahead and make it so you can see their face instead of just mine as we do a blessing for our family members. If you are blessing a son, we say, Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'chi Menashe. May God make you like Ephraim and Menashe, the sons of Joseph, who are actually blessed in this week's Torah portion. For our daughters, we say, Yisimech Elohim keSarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, our foremothers. And for all children and all members of our families who are with us, both near and far, we say, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'kuneka. May God show favor to you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God show you kindness and grant you peace. And give each other a big hug and a kiss, either close by or blow a kiss. Send a wave. Lots of love around as we bless one another. And as we have invited Shabbat into our space, turn to our Siddur to Psalm 95 on page 21 for the first 4 lines.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena la Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena la Adonai. Nadia, Nadia, letzori shenu, lekadma vana petoda. Nadia, Nadia, letzori shenu. Bismihirot narialo, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena la Adonai, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena la Adonai. Ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim. אשר בידו מקרי ארץ, ותועפות הרים לו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני.
As we go out and sing to God for Shabbat, we also say it is so good to thank God, to thank for all that we have received so far this year, but all that we have received so far in our lives. As we turn to page 49 for Psalm 92, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך העליון, וזמר לשמך העליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך רענן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון.
As we have thanked God for Shabbat and for all that we've received, we go out and the story is told that the Kabbalists would go out into the hills to greet Shabbat. Even if we cannot go out together, we still greet Shabbat together with Lecha Dodi. We'll start on page 41, and as usual, do 41, 43, and 47, the verses, the first and second verses of the Lecha Dodi, and the final verse on page 47. We'll start on page 41.
לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני האחד ושמו אחד, לשימו תפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת Shabbat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela.
We have greeted Shabbat. We also take a moment to greet one another, to be together in this moment of prayer. And so we say, Hine matov umanaim, how good it is, how wonderful it is to be all together as brothers and sisters and community members. From your places, let's sing along, Hine matov.
Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
As we are together, we also acknowledge the oneness of our people and the oneness of God. As we turn to page 65 for the declaration of the Shema, we'll do Shema ve'ahavta together and conclude on page 73, starting 65.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום לבדך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We continue with Micha Mocha next, which is a prayer to say a brief word, something I'm feeling pretty deeply this evening. The Micha Mocha prayer marked the moment when the Israelites left slavery and headed out into the unknown. They left a trying time and headed out into the desert, where they ended up wandering for much longer than they anticipated. And I am feeling that this New Year's Day, this January 1st, 2021, has a bit of both that excitement of leaving a trying time and also an acknowledgement of we're not yet at the full point of celebration and at the full point of being through the trying time, but we are moving forward. And it too is a moment, that movement forward is a moment to pause and to celebrate and to sing as Miriam led all of the women around in song and as Moses led in song. And so we will quote that very song in that moment when all of the Israelites left the trying time and headed out, celebrating the moment of moving forward, even if they weren't yet where they hoped to be. So let's join in Micha Mocha on page 79.
Micha Mocha bailim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'kodesh, noda tehilot osef ele, malechut chadahu banecha, בוקעם לפני משה ומרים, זלי, ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, קהל Yisrael.
Amen. We continue with the biblical verses helping bring us Shabbat with the Veshamru on page 85.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
This time, we take a moment in our Shabbat, in our moment of rest, to also acknowledge the need for healing that is still all around us. And so we say, God of our ancestors, as you have cared for the children of Israel and the world, we ask you now to care for our beloved community members who are in need of healing. This week, we think of Jim Fleischer, Shirley Steinman, Ron Safran, Liam Samoyan, Cassie Goldstein, Aaron Linderman, Rick Malecki, Lisa Sachs, Bonnie Kaplan, Elaine Safran, Larry Baker, Sue Graham, Jean Lewis, Roger Lord, Scott Grant, Jackie Cohen, Dr. Doug Packer, Eleanor Gelman, Paul Siegel, Levy and Lainey Chisholm, Toby Miller, Shoshana Batmasha, Stephen Sklar, Arlene Weinberg, Martha Patrikoff, Brian Donor, Shirley Apperson, Lori Katz, and Alan Atlas. I see some already are. I invite any who are comfortable to include any additional names in our chat as the cantor leads us in the Misha Berach on our song sheet that you can download from the Beth-El website.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. We say, dear God, for all those mentioned aloud and in the chat, and for all whose names and hearts we hold close, please be with them in their times of sickness. Treat them with compassion, guard them safely through danger, and lend them a portion of your strength. And share that strength also with us. Be the rock that we can lean on so that we can be a source of comfort and support to our community members when they need us and when they need this healing. We'll now take a moment for a quiet prayer. If you'd like to use the words of tradition, they begin on page 91 and go through page 106. Otherwise, I invite us to take a silent moment to think about what this New Year's Day means, perhaps maybe revisit any resolutions or hopes and goals we might have set at Rosh Hashanah and check in how we are doing on them, or what we hope to bring to ourselves this year in 2021. A moment for some silent prayer.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
May the one who creates peace on high grant peace to us, to all the people Israel, and all who dwell on earth. And we say Amen. This evening, as a song for inspiration, we are doing one of my, I'll just admit, one of my favorite songs. It is just such a beautiful melody put to one of the blessings presented by our forefather Jacob to his grandchildren in this week's Torah portion as we close the book of Genesis. Hamalach Hago Eloti, the one who was sent to strengthen me, bless these children. Hamalach Hago Eloti on our song sheet.
Hamalach Hago Eloti, Hamalach Hago Eloti mikora, yevarech et hanearim, ve'yikareh, ve'yikareh vahem shemi. Shema Botai, Shemi Motai, Avram, Sarah, Yitzchak, Rivka, Ve'yidgu larov, Bekerev haaretz. Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikora, yevarech et hanearim, ve'yikareh, ve'yikareh vahem shemi. V'shema votai, v'shemi motai, Avram, Sarah, Yitzchak, ve'Rivka, ve'yigdu larov, bekerev haaretz.
This week's Torah portion and that song of blessing remind us so much of the importance of legacy and of remembrance and carrying forward the names and stories and blessings of those whom we remember and hold dear. And so we recite the Mourner's Kaddish, which affirms our awareness of holiness in the world, that much of our experience of divine goodness, grace, and love has come to us through those whose lives have touched our own. And so we invoke the transcendent power of love and caring. So we sanctify God's name. This week, we offer continued condolences for the families of those in Shloshim, to the families of Adele, Cookie, Tamler, Kraft, Lillian Brody, Christine Klein, and the Reverend Natalia Tanya Beck. We, of course, honor the memories of all those who have died as a result of the pandemic that we continue to face as a nation and as a worldwide community. We invite any who are in mourning or who are observing yard site to please join me in the Mourner's Kaddish. If you feel comfortable, you may rise in your place in body in spirit and join me on page 131. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach lirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye zechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yahei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'elam Ulmei Almaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitba'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal Shmei Dekudesha Barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yahei Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. May their memories always be for a blessing. You may be seated as we continue our moving toward the close of our evening's service with just a little, not much to announce this week. We are thrilled that we are into January. So we, of course, still have our Torah Talk Shabbat morning each week. You can join me tomorrow on Facebook Live at 9:30 and on our own website for the live stream Shabbat morning service at 10 o'clock. Coming up, we'll have a couple of things coming up. Please look for further announcements for a Torah on Tap activity and for some Purim information and some coming Cocktail Judaisms returning in February. But we've got a lot to look forward to. And we hope to continue to see you throughout this brand new year. And for our closing song today, just like last week, I think we'll have a familiar melody to a beautiful Adon Olam on page 133. I'll say thank you again to the Lip Levine family for hosting. Sorry, sorry to cut you off, Cantor Melissa. I had to make sure we say thank you again to Sherry and to Hal and to Marty for leading us and welcoming us this evening into our Shabbat service and being not just our hosts this evening, but for being so much a part of what makes this community special. I've only been here for a year and a half, and you especially all make it so special and such a wonderful place to work and to serve. So thank you very much for hosting tonight and just being who you are for Beth-El Zedek. We all appreciate you all very, very much.
Ever so present. They're really, truly the face of Beth-El. So thank you.
Yeah. Now we can go to page 133 if we're ready.
Adon Olam. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yetzir nivra leitnasa v'chetzo kol azai melech shemo nikra beyado hafkidruchi beitishan be'ayra be'imruchi geviati Adonai li velo ira. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy New Year. Thank you so much to Jackie, also behind the scenes back and running all of it and keeping us all set and ready. So thank you all. Shabbat Shalom. We can come
Shabbat
out.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom from Florida.
Melissa.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Say,
Shabbat
Ellen?
Shalom,
Shabbat
Cantor
Shalom.
Melissa.
Happy New
Thanks
Year.
for your
everyone.
adaptation.
Oh, always.
She's really mad.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Melissa.
Hamilton says Shabbat Shalom too.
That's your dog.
Shabbat Shalom, Hamilton.
Hamilton was only going to be quiet on my lap tonight.
How's Elliot going? If we can leave anything.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Marty, you really brought it tonight. You went old school.
The only school I know.
I know. I love it. You know I love that school.
Turn on the power, turn on.
Nice full.
Now they got the service.
Oh, here he is.
They breed with the poodles.
All right, are we out of here?
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was good. That
Yeah,
was
pointed
full
ears
on
and a
solid.
little, and his,
Good thing we were on Zoom tonight.
What is he?
oh, I could see him.
He's little. He has a little white mustache.
He's little. He's
He has a beard, not a mustache.
about this.
He's got a little beard.
Oh,
Yeah, you can barely see him because he's so serious. Yeah. All
Very
right,
nice.
good job, Sherry. That was stand up. Your voice is pretty, girl.
30 pounds. Wow.
Oh, no, terrible, terrible,
Gosh.
but all's okay. It's all well.
Uh-huh.
He's
I'm
11.
gonna get you to lean for high holidays.
I know. I need to,
Uh-huh.
I need to do it. I
You're
know.
gonna.
I know. I will. I
I'm
will.
gonna get her to do it, Marty. This class
I
is
will.
gonna
It's
do
usually
it.
just too much work for me at that
I
time of
know.
year. That's the
I know you're
problem.
so busy doing other stuff. I know.
I know. Maybe Passover. I always think I should do like a Passover one.
Ooh, that would be good.
That's when I should do
Yeah,
it.
that would be solid.
Yeah.
All right, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Hey,
We'll
Shabbat
see you-
Shalom. We're going to end this party. Thank you.
Bye. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Bye, Mom. Love you.
hi, Dad.